Thomas Mosley, a man who seemed ordinary, a father, a partner, revealed a side of human nature that is almost impossible to comprehend. On a night that began like any other, he took the lives of the woman he claimed to love and their innocent 2-year-old son. There were no screams, no warnings, only the devastating aftermath of a calculated act of cruelty. The community would later ask themselves the same question again and again. How could a man commit such unspeakable acts? The answer is buried deep, tangled in obsession, anger, and despair. But the horror is undeniable. This is the story of Thomas Mosley and the tragedy that will haunt Florida forever. Thomas Mosley presented a life of normalcy. To those around him, he was caring, reliable, and devoted to his small family. Pashoon Jeffrey, his girlfriend, was vibrant, full of energy and dreams. She loved life, she loved her child, and she trusted the man she shared her life with. Their son, only 2 years old, was a playful, curious child, the embodiment of innocence. Together, they seemed like a picture-perfect family. But beneath the surface, hidden tensions and unspoken conflicts grew. Arguments, suspicions, and possibly fear simmered behind closed doors, a storm no one saw coming. Friends and neighbors later recalled moments that, in hindsight, seemed ominous. Small disagreements, unexplained absences, odd behaviors, signs that were dismissed as normal stress, normal family disagreements. But when Thomas Mosley crossed the line, those small signals became tragic foreshadowing. The ordinary masks of daily life were shattered, exposing the darkness beneath. The story reminds us how easily appearances can deceive, how ordinary people can hide extraordinary cruelty behind the veil of normalcy. The night of the crime remains a chilling reminder of human brutality. Thomas Mosley acted without hesitation. First, he killed Pashoon Jeffrey, the woman he shared his dreams with, the mother of his child. Then, he turned to his most innocent victim, their 2-year-old son. In an act so horrifying that it challenges belief, he threw the child to the alligators, extinguishing a young life in an instant. Neighbors would later describe their shock, disbelief that someone living next door, someone they smiled at and greeted, could commit such a monstrous act. The media called it unthinkable, and psychologists referred to it as an act of pure evil. Every detail of the night was analyzed, every moment reconstructed. The horror was absolute, the grief immeasurable. The police responded quickly, uncovering evidence that confirmed the worst fears. Thomas Mosley was identified as the perpetrator, but the motives remained unclear. Was it rage? Was it jealousy? Or was it something far darker? Authorities reconstructed the timeline, spoke with neighbors, friends, and relatives, searching for clues. Each testimony painted a picture of a man who, on the surface, seemed ordinary, yet capable of unimaginable violence. Media coverage exploded. Social networks buzzed with horror and speculation. Psychologists, criminologists, and ordinary citizens alike debated how a man could destroy his own family. It became a case study in the fragility of trust, the unpredictability of human behavior, and the shadows lurking behind familiar faces. The community was left in shock. Families grieved for the lives lost, friends grappled with betrayal, and neighbors tried to understand how tragedy could strike so close to home. The story haunted schools, workplaces, and social gatherings. People replayed their memories of Thomas Mosley, trying to find clues, trying to answer the unanswerable question: how could a father, a lover, a man with a life and family, become a killer? Every conversation became tinged with disbelief. Every interaction carried the weight of fear. And every thought returned to the victims: Pashoon Jeffrey, a mother, a woman full of life, and her innocent son, whose world was ended too soon. Thomas Mosley's actions leave behind more than grief. They leave an indelible mark on the community and a reminder of the fragility of trust, of the hidden darkness within seemingly ordinary people. As we remember Pashun Jeffrey and her 2-year-old son, we honor their lives, brief yet filled with innocence, love, and unfulfilled potential. Their names should not be overshadowed by the horror of their deaths, but remembered for what was lost. This story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. The monsters closest to us may be the ones we never suspect, and the horrors they can unleash can change lives forever. As we reflect on this tragedy, we are left with grief, disbelief, and a haunting question. How do we prevent such darkness from claiming more lives in the future? The story of Thomas Mosley is a chilling reminder that evil can hide behind familiar faces, and that the cost of human cruelty can never be measured. If you like our content and want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button below.